Wait, I don't think Veggie's going to have to edit these very much. No. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Roughing the Pod.
Yes, we are wearing the same clothes.
Yeah, just happened to be. Just complete coincidence.
Yep.
All right, well, now we're going to get into some fun stuff here.
Yeah.
Do you have one good thing? Should we do one good thing right now? You don't have one more good thing?
I mean, we kind of talked about it last time, but me and Lauren have been watching good shows on Netflix. Yeah. So we watched His and Hers, but we also watched The Beast in Me.
Okay.
Really good one, too.
Okay.
Both like murder mystery style.
Nice. I have my one good thing for this episode. I have discovered they sell a 2-pound bag of high chews on Amazon.
Folks, this got delivered during the Bills-Broncos game.
Uh-huh.
Dude tore into that and was housing high chews because it's a stress response.
It's, yeah.
Aaron FaceTimes him and we're just downing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, and I've started doing this thing where, like, because, they're all individually wrapped.
Yeah.
I've started, I'll get myself a bowl and I will unwrap just a shit ton of high chews. just have a bowl of high chews.
Dude, bring some high chews next time.
I will. Dude, high chew, please.
High chew, for real, bro. We need a sponsor. Who do we reach out to at High Chew?
Dude, who do I have to connect with? We are going to be a huge show.
We have so much real estate.
Literally. Dude.
God, that would be awesome.
That would be so sick. Can you imagine if we were sponsored by High Chew?
We could do it like a big High Chew sign right below.
Fucking legendary, bro.
That would be awesome, bro. We need to, let's send an email, for real. Fuck it.
Seriously.
What do we have to lose?
Dude, I'll send him a picture of me, like, my bowl of high chews, like, watching my shows.
Dude, we're real fans.
All right. Well, let's rip this bad boy.
Yeah.
We've got, we're going to do a little Bills. Primarily, I mean, we're a Buffalo Bills, Broncos, Denver Broncos type of show. Rebuilding the Bills, because goddamn, they are a fucking mess.
Yeah, let's
it's a train wreck.
Well, let's preface this by saying that, like, a big part of the genesis of this show is we love the off season of football.
Yes.
Where you can dive into, like, we fucking love the draft.
Yeah, well, we are
sickos for that shit. We scout ourselves. I read scouting reports on Reddit, on everything. We watch NFL SC.
I'm so deep in the weeds, like, trying to gain just the tiniest advantage from my dynasty league. Like, dude, there's nothing I want more in this life than to win a fucking dynasty championship. I am building something, okay? And to build something,
he's building something.
To build something, dude, you never know what people are doing in their own homes. And me, I'm building something.
He's fucking building.
Dude, fucking you gotta get in. You gotta put the work in. You gotta put you gotta scout grease. The incoming rookies. You gotta get the whole picture. Like, what high school? And then how many stars? Like, what is
breakout age?
What is the breakout age? Yards per route run? What is this guy's story?
So all of this to say that you will have a lot of off-season content coming your way. We'll be doing breakdowns of a ton of, like, prospects and classes or position groups.
Like
I think we'll probably get into, like, different franchises and what they should do and things like that.
We'll have our boy Aaron back on.
Yep, that'll be a lot of fun because the Raiders have a lot of exciting stuff happening, and he's a huge Raiders guy. So we'll do some of those, like, rebuilding the franchise type of thing. Yeah. That said, just to preface saying that you're going to get a lot of this type of content. This is our first kind of, like, swing at it. So it'll just kind of be an introduction to all that.
But we're starting off with the Buffalo Bills, rebuilding the Buffalo Bills, because right now, at this point in time, they have just been defeated by the Denver Broncos in the divisional round of
another
playoffs.
Soul-crushing loss, playoff
heartbreak.
Exit.
Tune into our last episode for all our thoughts on that.
Yep.
But yes, now they have fired Sean McDermott.
So, let's jump right in.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is something that
paint the picture.
This is something that has the fan base divided, right? There's because honestly, like, I'll say it this way. The definition of insanity, right, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right? Which it feels like, as a Bills fan, has been the reality for the past 8 years. You know, and I'm not saying that McDermott should have been fired in like his third year or whatever if he didn't get it done, right? But when we've had legit cracks at it for truthfully 6 years in a row, and history keeps repeating itself, and this is also the other issue, right? Like we've said in our last episode, I would argue that this is the first playoff game that Josh Allen has really been the pivotal factor in Buffalo losing that game. Every year that they go, it's a defensive issue that ultimately gets them out of the playoffs, right?
Right.
And it sucks, right? Because I know he's well loved. That falls on his shoulders, right? If you're a defensive head coach in general, right? Like that, you got to get that figured out and sorted out, right?
Yeah. Well, let's take it back. Yeah. Sean McDermott was hired in 2017?
Yep. I believe ended the 17-year playoff drought.
Prior to that, he was the Carolina Panthers defensive coordinator.
Yep.
Right. So, I mean, we're talking like Luke Kuechly,
Thomas Davis, freaking Julius Peppers,
Josh Norman. So he had some success in Carolina. Hired as the Buffalo Bills head coach. Young quarterback Josh Allen.
First year, Tyrod Taylor.
Yes.
Then Josh, yep.
Then Josh. Gets Buffalo, like breaks the drought. Buffalo goes to the playoffs. How many years ago did we say we need to can Sean McDermott?
I honestly think it was probably like 3 years ago.
I think it was, like maybe 2.
I want to say it was around 2 or 3 because I know it was one of the Kansas City losses.
Yeah.
Exits. And it was like, okay.
So we've kind of been on this for
We've been on this train for a while, right? And that's why every year when it happens again, it's even more even more like fuel to that fire where it's like, listen, we keep doing the same thing and losing the same ways because our defense is failing us. What's going to change?
And it sucks that this is the year that they decide to do it because we've said this is the worst Bills team, the worst Bills roster that we have seen go to the playoffs. And
this is the year where it honestly feels like the defense has performed the best in the playoffs.
Given what they have.
Right. And I mean, like, so for some context too, right? Up to this playoffs, I had seen in a That Franchise Guy video that I was watching, McDermott has averaged giving up 33 points a game in the playoffs. This year doesn't really help that average a whole lot. He gave up 24 against Jacksonville, which is one of the best performances defensively that we've had in the playoffs of the last few years. But then you give up 33 to Denver and lose, right? That said, this year feels like the least his fault of any year.
Well, prior. And let's get into it. I mean, news just came out that he met with Pagula. He met with Brandon Beane. And
we got to get into the Brandon Beane combo.
He expressed his thoughts on this roster and the holes and the lack of talent. And what do the Bills have? The Bills have
Josh Allen and James Cook.
James Cook, and they have what, a top 10 O-line?
Yeah. I mean, and the thing about that too is like I would argue that they're just kind of like above average. Like I don't think I look at any one of those tackles.
I think Deion Dawkins.
He's good. He's good, but I don't think I would put him in the top 5 of the league.
No, maybe not top 5.
I don't know. Like he'd be scratching the top 10.
Spencer Brown is decent.
They're like top 15 tackles in the league. Right. You know what I mean? Like they're top half of the league.
Right.
Type of group.
Essentially, McDermott expressed like, hey, we don't have
the guys.
We don't have the horses.
Well, and this leads us to the most like frustrating and like confusing part of this, the roster that we have that has been worse than almost every playoff team we've faced in the last 6 years. Constructed by Brandon Beane. Mm-hmm. He somehow gets promoted while McDermott gets fired.
Yeah.
That's what doesn't make sense to
me. And is now leading the search.
And is now leading the search for the new head coach. I don't disagree with the McDermott firing. It sucks, like, in the aftermath to see how much players really loved the guy.
Loved him. And it sucks to see that McDermott knew that there were issues with this roster.
And was trying
to say, yes, hey, guys, there's,
problems we need to fix. Well, and I know, like, as a Buffalo fan, like, we were upset when at the trade deadline we didn't do jack shit.
Yeah.
And we knew that, like, just like McDermott did, we knew that there were holes.
Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, and then we signed Brandon Cooks and think that that's going to be enough to... So, anyway, like...
Yeah.
That's where it's frustrating, right? Because, like, I would argue that Beane is as responsible, if not more responsible, for the failure of this team in the playoffs.
Well, listen, I'm going to go through. I have it pulled up here. I have the Bills draft picks, okay?
Yes, I'm glad.
So back to 2022, first round, Kyer Elam, bust. James Cook in the second round, hit. Major hit. Mm-hmm. Terrell Bernard, meh.
Yeah.
Khalil Shakir, hit. Matt Ariza.
Holy moly.
I mean, that was a roller coaster, that guy.
This 2022 draft is honestly
the best one
really good.
That he's had.
You get Benford in the 6th round.
Yeah, Benford, and then nobody of note after that.
Yep.
2023, Dalton Kincaid. I have no idea what to make of Dalton Kincaid.
I don't either.
He's on the field, like, for 30% of the snaps.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, he can't block.
Well, and I don't know if part of that is because you paid Dawson Knox a ton of money and you, like.
I don't
know.
I don't get it at all. And he's like banged up all the time. He seems to like perform. At least this year, he had.
This year, I feel like he was
like
more
kind of
productive and looking like
breakout. But,
yeah.
But still, like.
But I mean, the rest of this class. Then you go to Osiris Torrance, who I think is a really good pick.
He's good.
He's a solid pick.
Solid starter.
Dorian Williams, I expected more of him. He's been more of a special teams type of contributor. Uh-huh. Justin Shorter, don't even know who that is. Yeah, Nick Broker, Alex Austin, don't know who these people are.
Then we go into 2024, okay, and we trade away our first round pick, and the Chiefs get Xavier Worthy, who I liked Xavier Worthy a lot coming out.
I was not as high.
And I think down the stretch last year, he made a lot of great plays for the Chiefs. In the playoffs and whatnot, and it looked like he was coming on. Then to begin this year, he gets hurt, and the Chiefs are just
a dumpster fire
this year. Which thank God. So that doesn't seem like as big of a deal.
Yeah.
At this point in time, like missing out on Xavier Worthy.
Yep.
But you miss out on Xavier Worthy,
and you draft Keon Coleman, who the coaching staff was pushing so hard for.
Right. So Beane. Who was it? Pagula makes the comment that it was the coaching staff that really wanted Keon Coleman, right? Then a clip comes out during the combine when Keon Coleman runs his 4.5 whatever.
This was during, like, shortly after that draft that this clip comes out.
And Brandon Beane goes, "Oh, good. I'm glad he ran that because that's going to make it easier for us to get him."
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yep.
So are you sure it was just the coaching staff that wanted it? So we're putting all the blame now on.
Yep.
So Sean McDermott, like,
we got to talk about that press conference a little bit. But yes, disaster. Cole Bishop has broken out.
He's been great.
He's been awesome this year. Love to see it. Dwayne Carter, I think he's been good. Ray Davis, good depth at the running back position.
Good special teamer.
Yep, good special teamer. I think that's a really solid pick. Pran Granger, don't even know.
The rest of these guys
don't know. Then we get to this year. I think Maxwell Harrison is going to be a really good pick, actually. I'm excited about him.
So. Because really it's just him and Deion Walker.
If he can get healthy and stay healthy, I think that's been the biggest detriment to him this year. I think he's going to be really good. I think TJ Sanders is going to be good. Landon Jackson has been healthy. Deion Walker's looked really good. Hancock, you might have something. Jackson Hawes, I actually really like. Really, really like your third tight end, block tight end.
Right.
Dorian Strong, like a lot of these guys. So I think it's just been kind of average.
It's been so mid. Like, there are not...
Incredibly mid.
How many stars are there in those 4 years drafting? One true star, James Cook.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
That's not good enough.
No. And like, obviously, like, time will tell, I think Hairston could be.
Sure.
And maybe you got some guys in this class that could be, right? But yes, you are 100% right. We have not drafted anywhere near enough. And to our point about McDermott, we've had this conversation going back a couple years too, where we have not drafted anywhere near well enough to set up Josh for success in the playoffs. So to me, the fact that Bean is getting a promotion,
right,
and overseeing more of this operation,
right,
it feels egregious and awful.
Dude, and now if you're like Keon Coleman, like how do you feel right now?
That too. So then let's get to the press conference.
Yeah.
So now, why the hell did Terry Pegula set this up and do this? So now you're alienating a player on your roster that you spent really high capital on, that you like should have really high hopes for, right? Because you don't want to waste basically a first round pick. Alienate him completely, right? Also, what precedent does that set for your entire roster as far as like,
right,
how are any of the other guys supposed to feel about
how
they were selected?
Good about
like
being a member of the Bills,
or
now,
like how the ownership feels about you, or like the conflict there, like that is really bad.
Really bad.
Also, like in that press conference, also Terry Pegula said that he didn't consult Josh Allen at all when firing McDermott. That was completely his own volition. He said that was entirely his decision, and he said that he came into the locker room after the loss to the Broncos and saw kind of the aftermath of that, saw Josh, and like thought to himself, like, how do I make sure that we're not in this position again, like next year? Like, how do we not have this happen again, you know? And that was like ultimately kind of what led him to fire McDermott. I'm really curious to see what comes out of this whole situation. This is tough to watch as a Bills fan. Like, as somebody that has honestly like been advocating for McDermott to be gone for a couple years, I'm a little bit like,
I didn't want it to happen like this.
Yeah, when I'm also like, did I maybe not want him to be gone, and like I need Bean to be gone, or like
blind to the internal
you know what I mean,
bullshit. Like,
so like I don't feel good.
Yeah, I don't either.
I am optimistic because at least we're not going to be doing the same thing, but at the same time, like there's risk associated with that.
Yeah. Well, and now here's the thing: is the next head coach you hire. The expectation now, it's not to it's not to make the playoffs.
In the press conference,
it is you got to go win a Super Bowl.
In the press conference,
and you got to go win a Super Bowl in the next year, 2, 3. Like
in the press conference,
it's got to be now.
Pegula said that he wanted to be clear that there is no pressure on whoever the next head coach is to like win a Super Bowl in his first year, and fuck yeah, there is. We're not stupid, Terry. Like, maybe you're the idiot here. You know, like, I don't know. That whole press conference, I think, is a disaster. The way that they've managed this so far is a disaster. God. And also, like, let's touch on the head coaching candidates that they've interviewed so far. Anthony Lynn, people. If you remember, he was the coach of the Chargers, like, 5 years ago. Brian Daboll, and Joe Brady. So those are the candidates they have interviewed thus far. Don't feel good about a single one of those guys.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. Let's tell me who you want for that job.
Okay.
Because I think this is the most attractive job in the league.
I think
immediately.
I think this is incredibly attractive. I think you're probably right.
The way that the way that Terry's handling it is maybe. Anyway.
I do think that the Baltimore job is very attractive as well, and because I think that Baltimore has kind of built
a much better roster.
A much better roster.
A way better roster.
And while I do believe that Josh Allen is the better player between him and Lamar, I think Lamar is fucking incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 2-time MVP.
Yeah.
Like,
so that, you know.
Yeah.
But for this job, and we've been talking about this for a while, and I keep kind of going back and forth in my head, like, on what makes sense to me for this. One of the guys I really liked is Mike LaFleur,
mm-hmm.
who is the offensive coordinator for the LA Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, why am I blanking on his
McDermott?
name? No, Sean
Payton.
The head coach. McVay. Yeah. McVay is the play caller.
Yep.
But I think that I really kind of like what the Rams have done in 13 personnel. Like, they have all these tight ends.
I think it honestly mirrors a lot of what Buffalo's done.
Right. Well, and I think that, like, looking at that Buffalo roster, all they have are their tight ends and
mm-hmm.
James Cook and Josh Allen.
Yep.
So to me, like, that would make a little bit of sense.
Yep.
And then just a guy from the McVay tree, like, fuck it. Like,
yeah.
Give him a shot. Like,
yeah.
You know, he's a LaFleur too. I mean,
yeah.
I know
coaching bloodline.
Matt LaFleur is
I think he's a good coach.
I think he's a great coach.
I think he's a really good coach.
And I think he's taken some heat because of his playoff blunders, but
I think he's still a very good coach.
Exactly. So I that to me would make sense. I think Kubiak from Seattle is a hot name.
Yep.
Makes sense. And those are, like, probably the two offensive guys in my head. I Dayball gets brought up, and so does Joe Brady. I kind of
no.
I just want to go a new direction.
Yeah.
We've seen what Dayball is as a head coach. I think that Dayball is a great OC, but I don't know if he is the head guy.
Yeah.
And so, it doesn't
do anything for
it. Doesn't do anything. It doesn't get me excited.
Yep.
In the way that, like, a LaFleur or a Kubiak would on the offensive, like, if that's the direction that they want to go. If they're going defensively, like you said, like, Flores is a great defensive mind. My only thing with him is kind of the same thing with Dayball, is, like, we've seen what he is as a head coach.
I also think that Miami situation was kind of a disaster, though. Like,
maybe.
But he also to kind of be the devil's advocate for him.
Sure.
Like,
he did kind of seem like an asshole, though.
Yeah, he did. But I also don't know the story well enough to, like, really pass judgment on that. And I also, like, I don't know.
They drafted Tua, and he pretty much immediately was like, fuck you. Like, I hate you. You're not my quarterback.
Tua kind of sucks. Like,
well, now he's been bad. He's been concussed like 11 billion times. But Tegan, let's not forget a couple of years ago when he was, like, leading the league in passing.
I get it.
All these stats. Like, I mean,
I get it.
He was playing really good ball.
I get it. But at the same time, like,
I'm just saying, like, that's another hire where I feel like he's a better coordinator than he is a head man.
Maybe.
Which I think is fine. Like, it's fine that you have guys that are like that. That's how I feel about Anthony Lynn. Like, it's Anthony Lynn, our defensive coordinator, right? No.
Vance Joseph.
Vance Joseph. Fucking Christ. Anthony Lynn is the guy that they're bringing in for interviews.
Yeah, they just interviewed him.
Vance
Don't
I don't know.
hire Anthony Lynn.
Yeah, no. That's how I feel about like Vance Joseph. Like I think that he's a better coordinator than he is.
Yeah.
Like a head man.
Yeah.
So that's like you had brought up Flores, which I mean I think he's a great like defensively, and which is what Buffalo needs. But I would go with like that Minter guy.
Yeah.
Because I think the Chargers put together a really solid unit this year, and that's a new, fresh take. Like, that's kind of my thought.
And I would like that. I was a little bit bummed that Saleh was snapped up for the Tennessee job, and I know you're going to say that he's a former head coach that failed. Once again, in his defense, the fucking Jets are like
tough to make it work.
Goddamn black hole. So I don't hold that against him all that much. Tough to see him get picked up because I do think that he's a really, really good coach. And then on the defensive side of the ball, as far as candidates, I also think, like we've touched on, Flores would be a good option. Like I said, I don't hold the Miami thing against him.
I wouldn't hate it. I just
my thing too is like I think like he's gone to a place that is kind of like the gold standard as far as coaching and football operation in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. And I think like learning under Kevin O'Connell has probably been really, really good for him.
Probably. What I did see, Tegan, is that he has signed a contract with.
I did see that too.
So he could still get hired.
Well, I think there's some fine print
barring
there.
that, he will be returning as the DC for the Vikings.
Yeah, and that's like there's some fine print there. Like he could still get a head coaching job. He's still going to interview and do all those things, right? But yeah, I think I would be thrilled with that hire. I think we've talked about this a little bit, where like the conflicting idea about whether they should go offensive coach or defensive coach. To me, when you have Josh Allen on the roster and James Cook, to be honest with you, that's not your issue. Like, and like we've talked about at length, their issue every year and what gets them bumped from the playoffs every year is that defensive side of the ball, where they have a lack of talent and a lack of coaching, in my opinion. I think the coaching has been helping the talent a lot. Get rid of Bobby Babich, please. But you look like you're going to say something.
I just have something I want to throw at you because I want you to finish, but
okay. So Flores, I would love. I like the Minter idea. I think that would be great. Offensively, I really like the Kubiak idea. I like who's the other offensive guy you had said?
LaFleur.
I like LaFleur. That's fine. I'm not in love with LaFleur. I think Davis Webb might be I think that might be like, if you want to go young and get fresh blood and like really like, I could see, honestly, I could see that being like in 5-10 years looking back and that being like a McVay type of hire.
Yeah.
When LA took a risk on McVay and they look like geniuses for it now. Mm-hmm. I think Webb would be a lot of fun, actually. And I also like, he has an existing relationship with Josh. They're really close. He's close with people in that building. He backed up Josh, I think. I think that's one of the hottest names in the coaching like business right now. And for you to get him while he's young and give him his first opportunity with that guy at the helm.
I want him to grow under
Peyton
and kind of.
Peyton
retires. Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying,
it's a pipe dream, but yeah. No.
I think that might honestly be right now like my favorite fit.
I do like that a lot, but I know that I know he's a hot name. Like I know that like the Raiders were looking at him and
for sure. But and I also think you have an attractive enough job to get a hot name like that.
Yeah. Okay. I was driving today on my lunch break.
Oh boy.
Driving home, right?
Yep.
And I'm listening to the Ringer Football or the Ringer NFL podcast. Okay. And these guys are talking about the Bills, right? And what, the head coaching vacancy, the search, all that out of left field. One of the hosts says, okay, I have this crazy idea. and I just want to hear what you think about this. He threw out Greg Olsen.
Oh, shit.
He goes, and this is something like never even crossed my mind. Like, this is like, you talk about outside of the box thinking.
Yeah.
Right? You know, we're here like texting about all these offensive coordinators. Oh, this guy might be, defensive guys,
Damn.
And the way that he explained it was like, personality-wise, Greg Olsen seems like
a fit.
Like, he can have fun. Like, and you know how serious Sean McDermott is, and how serious this Buffalo and how stressful this whole situation has been. Like, the losses in the playoffs and the expectations and, all this stuff. Greg Olsen, like, personality-wise, like, serious but not so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a good vibe about him.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about him blowing situational stuff in games because he's so on top of that, like when he's calling the games.
Mm-hmm.
Former player. Mm-hmm. Guys like him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not an OC. He's not a DC. He would be like
the head honcho, yeah.
Right.
Huh.
Isn't that an interesting
That's
thought?
a really interesting thought.
And it's fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
But I kind of like.
I kind of do a little
like,
bit.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
I like it a little bit too. Yeah, and I it is very outside the box.
Super outside the box.
Very outside the box.
But then think about it, like what if you just like grabbed Luke Kuechly as like your defensive coordinator?
Well, like
I don't know, man. Like,
I'll say don't.
Like, isn't that kind of cool? Like, I don't know that.
That is. I mean, it would for sure be. I mean, like a huge story.
Yeah.
That would, like, if you're trying to make a splash, like in draft day when the owner tells him make a splash, that would be a lot of fun. A hell of an experiment for sure. And I honestly think that might be successful, like somehow.
I mean, he's never coached.
Right.
Never coached college, never coached NFL, like anything. But
I mean, he's a Hall of Fame type of
right.
player, Right.
But then, we have seen like the Jeff Saturday experience.
Yeah, but
I guess that's different. But I don't know. I was just like driving and I was like, holy shit. Like, I was not expecting this guy to whip that out.
That's a little bit crazy. Become the
and then I didn't expect myself to be like
the Buffalo Panthers.
Hold on, that might be kind of lit. Like
the Carolina Bills.
Yeah. I don't know. That was just I just wanted to see
him and Bean would have a connection too.
Yeah. Right. I don't know, man.
Super interesting.
I just thought I just wanted to see what your thoughts on that would be.
Very interesting. I think I still like Webb more.
Yeah.
And I think I still like some of those other names.
Some actual football guys.
Yeah, but I also like, I mean, it's not like, I wouldn't hate it, I don't think.
I don't think I would either.
I
mean, like, maybe this is the type of insanity that we
need.
A
little shake up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you want to?
I think we can kind of cut it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg
Olsen, maybe future head coach of the Buffalo Bills.
Fucking crazy. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll be back, and I'm looking forward to next week because we will know who our Super Bowl is going to be, and we should probably know a couple more head coaches.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of get more into
that whole offseason picture. And
who's been hired where, and
and then get into like roster construction and things like that. So
yeah. All right, folks. Adios.